Hi there, all of you in YouTube land. Um, Here I am, making another video. Yay! Again, this probably has a horrible sound quality, and I apologize greatly. I just want to say, this video is going to be about parents and Wicca. My experience with this is when I first found Wicca, I was kind of afraid to tell my mother because I wasn't sure how she was going to react. We aren't Christian by nature. Uh, I've never, the only time I've ever gone to church is when I went down to my grandparents, and that's the only time I've ever been. But I was still nervous because I wasn't sure how she would react. So I gave her one of these books that had a note to parents on it and made her read it. And she's like, she comes to me and she was like, I don't have a problem with this. It's up to you. It's your religion. And I thought that was great. And and I loved how she reacted, and it made me feel special. But I realize not all parents are as cool as my mom, and it's saddening because Wicca is so peace loving and just so natural. But I want to try to give some advice as much as I can. I know a lot of teens do not want to upset their parents, and so there are a couple of ways that many books suggest, such as combining Wicca with, patron saints from the Christian religion, and there are some where you can just practice. A lot of Wicca is visualizing. Visualize making your circle. You don't need much. For Wicca, all you need is outside nature. That's the true connection to the goddess. That's where you feel her the most. But talking about this topic also leads me to talking about altars, because many people feel they should set up their own personal worship place. Excuse me. Um, Inside their own house, and I think sometimes people get the impression that, oh my gosh, this altar needs to be huge and spectacular, and it needs to feel right to you. This is my altar here. It's pretty small. Um, I just have a few candles, an offering plate, of my heritage sweetgrass, a tribute to the goddess, a bell, um, some salt, incense, seashells that I found in Nicaragua, and that's enough for me. And I realize that some people are a little bit more theatrical. They want something bigger and something that shows all of their dedication, all of their passion, and that's great. But sometimes when you're first starting out, you need to think small, especially as a teen when you're on a budget. Because it took me a while to acquire all of this, and a lot of this stuff was actually gifts, things that were given from love to me, and I incorporated that love into my altar. And that's pretty much all that counts, I think. That you make the altar with love. Your love to the goddess and the god. I'm sorry. I'm more of a goddess direction witch. I'm sorry. Um, so I just wanted to talk briefly about this because I realize now that it's probably something that people have thought about. And also, speaking of altars, books will say that you should have this, and this on your altar, and it should be set up this way. It doesn't have to be. An altar is a reflection of you. And as for me, my reflection is very colorful and kind of arts and crafts like, and just general uh, pretty things and old things, I guess. Um, and that's a reflection of me. I'm a whole combination of things. But you know, your reflection could be your passion for wildlife, and so you can have a whole bunch of like different animal things, or your passion for art, and you could have pictures and drawings of the goddesses. I think that's great. A personal reflection of you on your altar is the best way to go. And if you cannot set up an altar, set up an altar here. Visualize your altar. You'll have a sacred place to go. And that's great. I didn't really think this out, obviously. So that's all I have to say. That's the B.